Hey, bro, I want you to talk to your generation for a second. This has never happened on any pod that I've been on in my life.
Yeah.
But I have to go pee. So I'm going to let you talk
All right.
to your whole generation.
Absolutely.
While I go
Let's
take
rock.
a piss.
Let's rock. Let's do it. We here. Welcome to the basement.
My bladder said.
You be true.
Hi, Charles.
What's up, man?
How are you,
we
sir?
here. I'm well. How are you? I was waiting for you to pick up that microphone.
He was like, somebody save me.
Let's rock. He said,
Charles,
Yeah.
so we won't hear any pee.
Yeah.
So since we have some time
Turn
to
the faucet
kill,
on.
we
Sorry.
have some time to kill. You said your other life would be in Paris.
Yes.
Being a designer.
Yes.
But
But
you're doing designy stuff now, right?
what? Yes. So this is the thing. When you submit to God, literally delight yourself in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. So the thing that the enemy had me tripping on is that had to die and you never see that stuff again. What had to die was my pride to think that I knew what was best and I knew the best path to get there. That's what had to die. But those desires, who I am, was authentic to who God created me to be. So now, yes, it's very crazy. So, and this is like, I think the first time I'm officially saying this on anything, but I'm stepping into a season of a role that really the Holy Spirit in me kind of made up in the fashion industry. That is, my friend said it as a joke one time, who owns a brand, but now it's like actually what's happening. But God has called me to, in the fashion space, be a spiritual art director. So it's very, being able to say that feels like a dream come true. Spiritual art director. So, what that is it's all what we've been talking about, helping designers take a deep breath. Like, and to me, it's really changing the fashion space to understand that the testimony, the goal is not just to design a short, impactful collection, but for you to last as a designer. One theme in art that we see is there's this pursuit of this perfect art, beautiful art. But this level of art that has this level of impact has cost people way too much. Practically, Michelangelo went blind painting the Sistine Chapel. He went blind because the paint laying on his back looking up dripped in his eyes, and he went blind. Beautiful art. We all love it. But he lost his vision for the sake of other people appreciating his art. So don't let me. Hey, how you doing?
I'm relieved.
I'm glad you feel relieved.
I'm relieved.
So I have a bunch of friends, a bunch of people, super impactful people right now in culture that have been gifted by God to see in a way that is creative and inspirational, but it's costing them their vision. It's costing them their life. So my role in space in the fashion industry is this idea of a spiritual art director that helps care for people's souls, that helps them do it in a way that their friendships and relationships last. And so it's been all God, of like me being okay with like, all right, God, I'm good if that vision dies. And he's like, oh, pet, I just needed to know, like, would you kill it? It's Abraham and Isaac. Like, would you put that dream up on the altar and stab it? And I'm like, I'll do it. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. As long as I know I'm number one, you can do that stuff. So yeah, like, I'm starting to step into that, which is super exciting.
Well, we just want to thank you, the whole generation, while you were using the restroom. we want to thank you, bro. You're pioneering something so beautiful. We don't know you personally, but just from what we have seen, you are you.
Yes,
and
sir.
I know that you struggled growing up with some sort of like, I would say like an identity crisis.
Oh, 100%.
But
Absolutely.
you are you, man.
Oh,
and
man.
it's very inspirational.
Thank you, bro. That means so much. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's birthed out of a genuine place of knowing, like, bro, we gotta last, and we gotta do this well. And we can't just make dope stuff and not last. Because what is the stuff without you? Like, what is your brand without your soul?
Absolutely.
What does it benefit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul, lose
That
his
part.
wife, lose his family, lose his friends? What's a bag if you sitting there buying stuff by yourself? It ain't nothing.
Right.
Like, forget making money and having followers. Now you like so. For me, it's just like, okay, there's a whole world that we've come to upset. That is just like, hey, bro, we're gonna redefine art. Art is not the highest form of art. Is not appreciation of others. It's the lasting of your soul.
That was stinky. The highest form of art is not the appreciation of others.
Appreciation from others, yeah.
The appreciation from others. It is the lasting of your soul.
Art's killed some beautiful people. Heath Ledger, beautiful role in Joker, but took him out. Pablo Picasso committed suicide. Like, let's go down the list. People we love, listen to. They ain't here no more. Dang. Art was beautiful.
Kurt
Cobain. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Dang.
And for me, it's like, bro, I mean, one of my heroes, and there's Virgil Abloh, even getting sick and passing away from cancer, 40-something years old. It's like, that you can't tell me, like, what, like, just the pace in Paris to Milan to Off-White to Louis Vuitton to like the speed, the pace, like, just, it's like, there's no way your soul can handle that. And obviously there's God's sovereignty and plan, and I'm not saying any of that is, God knows everything, but I can see a pattern that just don't make sense with human anatomy and pace and rest.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing we were talking about earlier in Genesis, God, thank you, Holy Spirit. God can handle creating for 6 days and then resting. He knew the first thing you get to do, 6th day he creates man, 7th day, lay down.
He started us resting.
He can pull up on some, like, all right, boys, y'all ready? Let's rock.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. Gets to the man and is like, Adam, wake up. So what we getting into? I see we've been doing the animals. I see God. Okay, well, you about to lay down.
Yep. That's exactly right.
You about to sit down.
Yep.
And then after you get some rest.
Yeah.
Now we can do something.
Yeah.
And the American dream has sold you on hustle. And then by the time you get, and here's the thing too, by the time you get to the point where you built something to enjoy, you either too dead to enjoy it, or you have no programming except for continuing to run yourself into the ground. And I'm not here for that.
I think that's why the Lord told me to stop after 7 years of planting a church.
Wow.
Because he didn't want me to do, obviously he always knew this was coming with the podcast. I didn't. And the truth of the matter is he didn't want me to do both. Mm. There's a lot of guys doing a lot of things at the same time. It's like, I'm going to preach on this day, and then I'm going to go do a podcast on that day, and then I'm going to go do, and everybody has different capacities. So I'm not saying that there's a formula to it, but where is the margin for your soul, bro? Right. I'm not talking about date night with your wife. I ain't talking about quality time with your kids. Where's the margin for your own soul? Yeah. And like you said earlier, when people ask me how am I doing, I start from my soul and work my way outward. Absolutely. Be like, hey, somebody asked me like, hey, how are you? All caps on you. Yeah. Oh, seems like you want to know. Yep. My soul is good. I've been doing this with Jesus, and then me and my wife are good. And it was like this long of a response, and he 100%. Was like, okay, I think you're okay. Yep. Yep. So I mean, I'm all for margin of the soul, and if you don't have margins in your soul, you won't do this for a long time. No. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have plans for doing this for as long as I preached. Mm-hmm. I'm 47. Wow. So listen, I'm gonna be 70 something. Like, welcome to the basement.
That's gonna be, bro. When we 70 doing the basement.
Listen, I promise you, I'm gonna be 70 years old doing the basement. Like, okay. The people gonna have like literally 2.5 decades of like anything you wanted to know from Tim Ross. He left you a library.
He left it all.
If you want to know how he felt, if you want to know if you changed his mind, start from episode 1 and go all the way through 1,035.
6,241.
I'm out here like Walter Cronkite up in this joint, bro. I'm gonna be doing episodes for the rest of my life. I mean, I love this. I enjoy this. This is. I mean, we have to call it work. I'm not working.
Yeah. Yep.
I am not working today.
No, bro.
I am in my passion.
Literally.
I wanna talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Oh goodness.
Because I heard
my wife just gave me a look. She kind of like, whoa.
I heard that you had like binge watched a whole like a bunch of episodes.
Yeah.
And your mind was turning. So I'm curious to know just what's on your mind, like stuff you think about.
Oh my goodness.
In life and culture in the world outside of church. I do want to give people a quick life hack. Well, I guess I want to give men a life hack.
Yeah.
I was going to do a comedy special. I'm 47. I turned 45 in 2020. And that's very simple math. I don't know why I just did that for everybody, but there you go.
That helped me. I appreciate
I'll be 48 this year. So cool. There's the math if you need to know like all of it. Anyway. But I was going to do a stand-up set. I had got back with my with my my stand-up comedian coach, the guy that taught me how to do stand-up. Dang. Like for real. He wrote for Leno, he wrote for DeGeneres. So I wanted to do a 45-minute special called 45. Right?
Yeah.
It was inspired by Bill Cosby, Present Circumstances not included.
Yes.
It was inspired by Bill Cosby when he did 49. He decided to do a comedy special at 49 instead of 50. And it was brilliant. He sat down the whole time.
Yes.
It's brilliant, right?
I remember watching that on Granny and Sales TV.
That is great. Give us the chocolate cake. Like it's one of the most iconic things of all time, right?
Yeah.
And so I was gonna do this set. It was gonna be called 45. I was gonna do it sitting down, but I was gonna do it sitting down on a toilet. Because I pee sitting down. This is my life hack.
This is incredible. I'm gonna give it a bill. I didn't know this was the life hack. This is the direction we was going.
Yeah, this is a life hack, bro. So it started because you get up in the middle of the night, right?
Absolutely.
And you're like kind of groggy, and it's like I'm not flicking on the light.
Yeah, no.
Because that's gonna wake me up,
take me out of this REM cycle,
and then I can't aim by faith in the dark.
We walk by faith, and I've been trying though.
And the other thing was the splash.
This is deep stuff right now.
Now I noticed this more with my boys than me.
Oh, brother.
But like it's the splash rate,
bro, of
like you peeing, but then like
you just
the urine stream hits the water and then
gone.
Little flecks just start popping out like little fireworks.
Arlo Phoenix Metcalf, my first and only son. When I tell you, you would think that we painted around all our toilets just a light yellow. Brother, I walked in the other day and felt like, why am I in an inch of water? What am I doing? Who is? And Arlo he just be like, baby, did you pee on the? Yeah. Yeah, daddy.
Oh my gosh.
Accidents happen. Brother, that wasn't no accident. That amount of urine.
This is a purpose-filled life you have right here. This is a purpose-filled stream you have around here.
Bro.
Right. So let me get all the way through the continuum of thought, right?
Yes, yeah.
So then public restrooms.
Yeah.
I have literally walked in to go to a urinal, taken a step and slid in. Right?
Oh, no.
I've been in urinals. I've only done this one time, but it's still gross. Where like you go in there. Now I won't sit down in a public urinal. I wouldn't sit down in a urinal anyway. I won't sit on a toilet.
Now, I don't be sitting in urinals. Just to clarify, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's way different.
Somebody's like, I heard Tim sits in urinals. Don't listen to him.
But the like if you have on like sandals or flip flops,
yeah, brother,
and you feel like a little micro drop hit your foot from somebody peeing.
No way, brother.
2 urinals away from you, and you're like, that wasn't my stream.
Is this a water ride?
I just walked out with someone else's urine drop on my pinky toe.
Not today, brother.
Fam, this is disgusting, right?
Yep.
So I was like, I'm sitting down.
Yeah.
Bro, I sat down. I was so dang relaxed.
That's incredible.
I thought to myself, why have I only sat down to boo-boo? I need to sit down to pee as well. I'm never standing up again when I get to my house.
is beautiful.
I pee sitting down. That was gonna be my opening joke. Like after I sat on the urinal and everybody's like, "What the heck is wrong?" I was gonna be like, "I pee sitting down," and I was just gonna start a whole little.
That is literally
little monologue on pee and sitting down. But my boys pee sitting down. I do not let them stand up and pee in my house.
We literally had this conversation with Arlo. I was like, "Hey, Bubba, so we're gonna try something new." Like he's 3 years old, and it's just like it felt like we backfired, we relapsed. I just don't know what happened. We was locked in, he was peeing, and then one day we walked in, it was like that's just that's a whole pee. That's a whole bladder right there. That's not like, oh man, I was trying to get it and I couldn't. Like that's like you just because he poor baby, he have to go and he just take his pants down, and then one time I came and he was outside the bathroom, just a whole puddle. And I'm like, Bubba,
he didn't even make it.
What happened? Yeah. And he literally was like, and it makes so much sense in a 3-year-old's mind. Like, if you got to pee, you can just kind of like, he didn't have that muscle.
Yeah.
So he pulled his pants down, and his pants was like, oh, we free? Let's ride, baby. And he just started going, and he's like, I just didn't know what to do. So,
listen, I already know.
Pee is sitting down.
Let me tell you something.
All this talk about pee, now I feel like I got to pee.
Now, well, if you got to, then I'll speak to your generation.
I'm gonna go try. Fashion. I'm gonna go try your system, and I'll report back and let you know how
absolutely.
It goes. I'm serious.
This is a bladder-filled podcast. This is the first time this has ever happened. First time the host ever had to go pee ever. First time the guest ever had to go pee, and this is just what we're doing. For every guy that's like, this is stupid. It's like this is the opposite of macho. I'll never do this. You're as weak as I ever thought you were, Tim. You pee sitting down. You're a B, right? And we know that B, that doesn't stand for believer. Y'all thinking about the other B. Well, here's what I want to tell you. Go home, get yourself a sponge or a paper towel, and just wet it lightly and rub it across the rim of your toilet. And you tell me if I'm crazy. Telling you right now, I'm trying to help somebody's sanitation at their own house. I pee sitting down. I'm proud of it. I ain't taking it back. I don't care what y'all think. Now you know. You probably didn't even want to know. You didn't come to this podcast to find out if men should pee sitting down, but now you know. Some men do, and we're powerful. Sigma male.
Are you going to make a comedy special?
I wanted to do it I did want to do it like in 2020. I was going to do it. I had already was working on a venue. Like I said, I got back with Dean, and I was getting my reps in. I started writing material again, and I wanted to do a 45-minute set. So, you need a lot of material to do a 45-minute set. Everybody peeing now. Sit down. See how you feel. I promise you, it's gonna change your life, dog. It's gonna change your. Did you sit down?
Yes.
You did.
It was. Let me report back. We're reporting live view from my first conscious sit down pee. We're here with Charles Metcalf.
Yes, sir.
And it was incredible. It felt like there's a level of thought that I normally have when I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to have. That was able to just. I sat down. This is a real life experience right now.
Bruh.
I said, man, God, I'm so grateful for this moment. Dude. And I think that gratitude was sparked by sitting down to pee.
I promise you.
Sitting down to pee produces gratitude in your life.
Hey, we're helping people's lives.
Wow.
We're helping people's lives. So Hector asked me about if I was going to do a comedy special. And
yes.
I had a real passion for it. I probably only got up to like 7 minutes or 8 minutes of material. So I wasn't that far, but it was really early on in the year. I wanted to do this in June. This was like February, March. Yeah. So I had time. But then the pandemic hit. Second week of March. I was on my way. I'm gonna tell you how smack dab in the middle of the pandemic I was.
Yeah.
I was in a plane on my way to England when then President Trump said there's now a ban extending to England and everybody must come back home. No, I didn't go right back because I'm not that dude. So I was like, I'm going to preach, and I'm going to preach.
Absolutely.
So they only opened up like 13 international airports in the entire country.
Oh my goodness.
And the lines were like 24 hours long. I came back Monday. Guess how long the line was? 4 minutes. I got through customs in 4 minutes.
That is bonkers.
No. Actually, it was 8. I would have got through in 4, but the couple ahead of me had came from France, which was on the ban list.
Gotcha.
So they had to go put them in quarantine, then come back and get me. And they were like, "Where'd you come from?" I was like, "England." They were like, "Have a good day." 8 minutes.
Bonkers.
8 minutes. So I'm glad I didn't come right back. So anyway, now we know that grown men can sit down and pee. I just freed a bunch of
people. Honestly.
I freed so many men right now. A whole generation of men can now sit down and pee with confidence that you are not.
Come on.
You are not less than a man.
Let's free
You
some
actually
people.
care about your family. You care about sanitation in your own house. You shouldn't be peeing on your own feet, fam.
No, bro, that's not it.
Or your shoes. Or oh my God, it's not happening, bro. And then the life hack if you're married is that your wife thinks he's so considerate. The toilet seat is always down.
That's the truth.
It absolutely is, babe. You and I do the same thing. We both pee sitting down. We have something. I'm bonding with my wife, fam.
This is deep. This is deep stuff right now.
There's levels to this.
Wow, that's the truth.